nice. Okay, the space nice now. Hey, welcome back to the suite, our BoredIn live space. We actually delay 5 minutes to start because I think a lot of people are still on other space, so we just kind of like try to compromise the different communities' time a little bit. But very happy today we have two guests today. So Jason, you are the guest today, so you will be represent Board Trading Co. and share what's the update of the Board Trading Co. And yeah, and then we also have Eight Beer. It's a program eight bear or
Epic. Yeah, you can make epic beer.
and founders here. So how about before we start the space, each of you introduce yourself a little bit. Yeah. How about ABSF first? Yeah.
I start?
Yeah, you start first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm Aiden. I'm the founder of Epic Beer. Some of you probably saw me on ApeFest this year, or at least my beers, I hope so. I'm Belgian. I'm 41 years old. And I'm in the ape community for close to a year, but I'm in the neighborhood since 2019, I think, something like that.
Oh, so you're also one of the kind of OG, right?
I can say that. Okay.
So,
I was in a lot of NFT communities before this. Yeah, the ape is one I was looking for a while because I have some French friends that were, in the French ape community, and I was partying with them a lot of time. And the idea of epic beer came from like tough parties, honestly.
interesting. So yeah, very happy to have you. Today we actually will be discussing the Buy Me a MBA happy hour. The reason why we haven't come out this name, just we've been doing a lot of series of space last month. We discussing a lot of things about aging, but at the same time, like, I feel like, it's a close to holiday. Let's get some happy hour together. So yeah, I would like to pass the mic to Jason. How about Jason? Like, introduce yourself a little bit. I know committee know you very well, but why not just introduce yourself again, or just give us some updates new.
Hey, sorry, I feel like my connection is off a little bit. But yeah, Hoarder here. We obviously AIP 468, if people are familiar with Board Trading Co. We've got started with the funding right after ApeFest, getting the first portion of it, and really just hit the ground running. And we showed up to ApeFest, so hopefully some people are familiar and saw some of it. But co-founder of BoredIn, with also a couple of different MBA IP projects like Bored Bagels, Bored Snack Cookies, and that has all led to Bored Trading Co. So excited to dig in more there and share some updates with the community.
Excited. So yeah, let's we go through to a couple communities update. Today we having something excitement share to the community. I think the first thing is very exciting. It's a DoorDash. They do the Doki Dash, and they do have like a big updates coming, and I will be excited for the game. And did anybody having tried the game on the mobile? I think it's super cool. And also, I quite jealous the BAYC's IP because they will be able to use it only. Unfortunately, I'm the mutants. I'm not able to use it yet, but I'm excited to see what's coming because I think readers is building very hard for the mutants, the 3Ds right now. So, anyone challenged on that game?
Nope.
I was playing, but my skills do not even compare. Like I'm better on the desktop, but yes. Yeah, it's not anything to talk about.
I realized the game is not worth a fat finger and small finger, so it's not your fault. I think it's just like we have to find a perfect golden finger.
You definitely added fat finger in there for me, I think, right?
Yeah. It's when you look at the shorts on Twitter or on TikTok and you see the skills there, you give up. You see, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
No.
And I see
Sorry.
how crazy other people paying. I feel like, nah, never mind. I will never be that popular. I never reach out the goal, so never mind. Yeah. So the
I
second
mean,
thing,
I
yeah.
I would say that the Swamp Gaming, love watching it in that competition live, but to Hayden, to your point, like I saw those guys play and I was like, I have no shot.
Yeah.
It's still fun, right? It's still fun, but like I'm not competitive. So yeah.
And those guys playing at that distance from the screen and not moving an eye, yeah, blinking an eye. It's no, it's crazy. No,
Yeah.
I admire them, but honestly, sometimes it's weird.
Yeah. The second things I do want to share, it's very happy to see BMW is finally launching the announcements about the BMW with the Uyghurs, the corporations, the A car. I'm very proud of the whole A cars project, and also very excited because I'm also one of the artists behind the scene, have a chance to proposal decided the A car, but I'm also very happy proud of winners. It become the final winners. Its design is amazing, and you can see the whole the BMW car was one of the full pattern of the BOSCs, and I feel like that they just like will bring back so much the community culture together, and I love that so much. And anybody see on the AFAS as well?
Yeah, I see that on the morning after the party, on the breakfast in the morning. It was fantastic work. Honestly, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I love that. And yeah, the next things I do want to congratulation our homies, Jean and Peter's the team, because there's just like so much going on, and also their brother was in the JR Gallery as well. And I think if you around the JR galleries, and don't forget to just go ahead to the gallery to take a look, because they also having a lot of etchings, MFTs is showcasing on their exhibition, but also they are including a lot of MBA product as well. Once again, congratulations to the A Water and such a great job. And I know Board Trading Co have something to do with the A Water as well. Maybe in the later, Jason can share a little bit more inside news with us. And the next thing is everyone's to get excited, so I just have to share about what's going on with all these airdrops is coming. It's like a early Christmas. Like for me, it's just okay. Check, check. More Santas in the corner. So yeah, and if you forget to cram your Magic Eden's con, just make sure to cram it. They will have like a scheduled time. I think they delayed to January or February. I don't remember. So you still got time to cram it, but of course you have to watch the market price, and it's a little bit tricky. You first have to use a VPN, but after you're going to figure out, and you will be able to climb it with your mobile phone. And the second airdrop is coming. It's the purchase penguins. The purchase coin will be in the Solana, and I think there's so much going on what they're building. But I think they also promises for some of the Solana wallet as well. So definitely pay attention. Me also inside the Pudgy Penguins as a community, and seeing how far they have been developed with the IP, and also now having a con coming, and the friends is excited. And the next things is about the monkey, and yeah, congratulations the 4G team, and they have been building. I know they be building this airdrop for a long time. So if you hold Acorn, and also you have been some of their AIP, or if you've been AFAS, you actually will also receive the airdrop. And so make sure double check your wallet. I have a mutable wallet actually inside qualifying the list. So there's just other Christmas in corner. So make sure you double check. And if you interesting to see what's Purchase Penguin team building, and they are the art team, they're the creative teams is also build up the list about the future of the cryptos. So that is really interesting me to see on the contest. So yeah, make sure to check out And then talk seems that we've been talk about different things. I'm just also want to be sure my Bulana Bay Ace project is coming on December 19 and will be launching the Magic Eden. There will be include a lot the community collaboration as well. So you can see like the brown head or some of the committee's member, including Jason's A and also Grateful's A and also as you see, you can see something new is also coming because the Bolana Bay will be also be part of the community inside the other page as well. So it's definitely a lot of announcements is coming on the next 2 days. And the next things I do have a collaboration job with one of my favorite artists, read it, and we actually together have a collaboration to deliver the BAKCIP, and because we both love pet and we both want to create something special, chill and magic wise for the winter. So we do create a new collection, but something different and more for celebrate the holiday. So if anyone interested and want to support a female artist's job, and yeah, please feel free to check out. And also other jobs coming in the 22 December 22. This is my first MBA corporation job. Will be launching very soon. A lot of corporation will be including with the MBA IP, and I'm very excited to share more about this job in the latest on the post. And yeah, and also a pass a constant, they also have the pass coming today, and if you miss the job, and make sure there's a public sale. There's a including a lot of feature with this is a pass, and I think everyone, if you're interested to see what the team doing, and I think you definitely want to check it out. Now I do like to pass the mic to today's guest and talk about what he's doing on the A beer, and probably you want to share stuff from about this drawing, because I think most of people recognize this drawing, and I could like to know how many team member behind your team, and when your teams is developed, and when have this idea to using the A as an IP to start your own brand.
Oh, it's a lot of question in one question.
Well,
Where to start?
one.
So you want, maybe I will start about the idea when I decided to launch Epic Beer and how it was born. Yeah. Then when you see the drawing from Jacopo in the middle, it's really the story behind the beer, because when I was 20-ish, yeah, long time ago, I remember a night when it started very calm, and at the end of the night it was completely crazy, and we didn't understand how we finished like this. And for me, it's an epic night as I imagine it, is that you start by being two of you in a bar, and then it starts really quietly, and at the end of the night you have 20 more friends. And you don't know how it happens. And the day after, when you cross each other in the street, because I live in a small town, and at that time I was living in Waterloo, that maybe you know it from the battle. I was living there. It was a small town, and then we crossed each other, and we remember that night, and we knew what we lived at that time. Then when I designed the logo, and when I chose my ape, honestly, it was this. It's the guy who woke up in the sea in the morning, and he didn't know what happened. And he has this stuff, I don't know in English, the name in French, we say oursin. It's the fish, yeah, the small stuff in the sea. And the guy is completely a mess in the tomorrow morning. And it's that. For me, it's having an epic night. Then I decided to have beers that are very good for the community, because when I looked at the community, there was good beers already, but not the Belgian one. And I think Belgium in beers, we have something to say, I think. Then I was asking myself, why not bringing a Belgian beers, a real one, to the club? So I'm a small brewer, but I'm not the brewer of my beer, because I'm really a small brewer with no pretension, honestly. And sometimes it's disgusting, but I know it. But this is because I have a friend. This is my partner in this business, but he's not an ape, but he's my partner in his business. Honestly, he's 60 years old, the guy. He's brewing beers for 20, 25 years, something like that. And then the recipe that you see on the right was the first one that he was working on for 4 years, I think, something like that. And it has been made with the Scorpio pepper. Then it's the why it's right triple Scorpio, and there is a little bit of taste of spice pepper inside it. And Scorpio has been the strongest pepper in the world for many years. I think there is another one now, but it's really strong. Then this one is the first one we made, very typical Belgian. Then honestly, if some people tried it in Ape Fest, it's not for everyone. To be honest, very complex taste. And the other one that you see in the trash here on the left is the blonde one. That this one we made it later. It's one that we where we add what we called in French Mandarine Napoléon. It's a liqueur, like a citrus liqueur that gives a little bit of bitterness to the beer. And this one is more easy to drink, I would say, and it's the one that everyone tasted probably in Ape Fest, and it's sometimes close to an IPA, but not too much. Then this is the two beers that we had at Ape Fest. We launched and we tried a special experimentation that it's empty now, but it was a black IPA that was quite nice, but limited amount of bottles. We don't know yet if we will do it, but what we are working on now, because the two beers that you have on the screen are quite strong. It's 9.3 degrees, and to be honest, the black one, it's written 9.3, but I think it's 10 or something like that, because the yeast continues to work inside the bottle. Normally, the yeast that we used was supposed to stop working, eating the sugar, because normally the yeast is eating the fast sugar, but not the slow sugar. I don't know if we can say that in English. But this yeast that we use continue to eat the slow sugar. Then it was quite epic in a way. So we are working on the third beer now, and we are working this one specifically for the next Ape Fest, because we want it to be lighter and in cans. It will be in cans because honestly, for transportation, probably it will be in US next year. I can't imagine to do it again, that what we did with the bottles. Then lighter beer, probably more easy beer, but we tried one. It was 2 months ago. We were not satisfied. It was good, but not original. Then we have the second brew that is finishing now. We will try it, I think, just after the Christmas time and the New Year's Eve. But from what we feel by the smell, it will be good. Then probably it will be the one for you see the black IPA on the left now, and you see it's very, very black compared with the other ones. So yeah, we are 2 people today, but I'm working hard on the moment at the moment on a Tank Ape grant application. I can't say a lot about it, but I can say my objective is really to go faster, to expand quite a lot, and to increase the presence, especially on the Web2 beer events, and show the brand, the Ape brand, to diffuse to more people and the largest possible people. So we will see if Tank Ape will accept the application. From what I heard from everyone, this is a very original project. I can't say more at the moment until it's approved, I hope. But trust me, if we do it, will be quite fantastic, in my opinion. Then it's my objective. Now I'm working on that. Why can I say more? I think that's it. And I have now found, I think, one developer for ApeChain, because we will develop on that. One UX designer. Then this is something that we are working on, and someone to manage partnerships. Then probably, and it's a little bit of teaser about the project maybe, but then the team would expand probably to 5, maybe to 6 people. And my wife and her sister already told me that they are ready to be bartender on Ape Fest next year. Then we will be more. I don't know where I will put my kids, but I will manage.
Wow.
No, love to hear like you're already working towards Ape Fest next year. And I mean, looks amazing. What If someone wants to try it now, are you guys serving this? Can they order online? What regions are they able to get this in?
I will be very honest. Now it's starting to be complicated because the next brew is brewing, and I think I have maybe 60 beers of the triple blonde left, and maybe not more than 40 of the Scorpio. I made a giveaway last week that for 100 beers, I think, and there is one giveaway that I think you can participate on 13th of December. I can share the link after because I need to ask it, but there is 2 times 12 bottles to win. And if you really want to order, honestly, it depends where you live because I don't know, honestly, the cost for sending it for US, for example. I don't know the customs, something like that. But there is still some bottles, but it's really, really limited. And what would I advise? If you are in Europe, it's easy. We can manage it quite easily on the website. If you are in Asia or Africa or US, to be honest, contact me to find maybe some solutions and avoid to have to pay more the shipment than the beer itself. And you need to know that when you see the price there, yeah, there is a token proof connection that you can do. You have 15% if you are a bake or a make. And I can launch, if you want, if some people are interested, a special code to add some discounts on it for you, for your community. If you want, then I can make live a small discount
Wow,
addition
do it.
10%.
I mean, like I'm always love to see watching TV and shopping. So,
I will add a
I mean,
15%
so
Popin 2024 discount now.
so I wish US have some platform they can do it, but unfortunately it doesn't. So if you are interested to support ABA, and you can just click on the link I'm actually put on the screen right now, so you can just go to the website. But actually in Asia there's have a one platform called Taobao, and you can do in the live screen, and actually the people can just click on the link, they can go shopping immediately or use it
Live shopping.
the live shopping. And I
Yeah.
was one of the big fan of that. I'm always like, when I'm boring or if I'm going bathroom, I would definitely just shopping and watching something stupid things like that. But get the grocery shop done, and I wish in the future have something like that. That's the goal. We should build up the tool like that, right? But yeah, feel free to, if you have anything like to promote with our MBA community, I'm more than happy to support. We are here to build together. And I also see you have built up some of the UN as well. And what's the key for building the UN with your MBA brand? Because I feel like sometimes when you surfacing your customer, you're always interesting to know what kind of the wine and giving and hosting a UN, definitely the good testing. Would you like to share with us what's this UN, and also any upcoming UN, what plans coming as well?
This event was merging a lot of people responsible for bars and events, and this one, sorry, was in Belgium, but the week before I had one in Sweden. As I said, I want to expand to new festivals and increase the Web2 presence and visibility. So at the moment, I'm merging people responsible for events, bars, and I had one guy that is organizing some trips, safaris in Africa for European and US people. So he wanted to have some special beers in his trip, because his customers are quite difficult customers, and they want some things exceptional, and especially drinks, sometimes beers, and then he wanted to have something quite exceptional. Then at the moment is what I'm doing with events and very small committees at the moment, but the objective, as I said, next year is expanding. If it
That's
was your question.
Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to see what you have been doing, because I do try a bit. I remember in the AFAS I walked to your I walked to seeing what you have been displaying. It's a very interesting packet, and I love the packet in here. It's very simple, but it's very just show out the products. At the same time, I really like the IP what you're choosing for your with your A and with the beer, because it's like, you kind of think about seafood. When you think about seafood, you want a beer, and I think that's just a perfect match. And when I think about like, I want a beer. I want. So I'm in Rhode Island, around Rhode Island. So there's a lot clam chowders and a lot of bake, and it's just like I want a beer now. That's just a design.
Feel free,
And
enjoy.
yeah, I don't know, my question would be like, it's like any more specific plan for launching, probably like for the customer, they can more able to buy in the US, or any store you consulting to cooperation with, any future plan, people are more easy to buy your products.
We discussed about it with Jean, but we didn't have the time to conclude on that. Definitely, it was a big question, and again, I can't say a lot about it. But the Tank Ape application that I'm doing is part of it. It's the objective, because there is one of the objectives is to be able to sell more on the local market. But I don't want to make a lot of shipment. What I would like to say, I would like to produce in US to deliver on the US market. Even if it's our recipe, we prefer to share it, because for the customers, for the environment, all that kind of reason, it's better to develop there and to produce there. But we still need to figure out how we can manage that. But definitely, I want to produce the closest to the customer, and definitely I would like to sell Epic Beer in the US first, and probably Asia too.
Awesome. Yeah, I think there was someone looking for help, because that will be bring up our second guest, Jason's. Is a perfect for continue the conversation, because I think that is why and what Jason have been developing. The Board Trading Co team, it's really just try to help different MBA brand to help for staffing, and also help for trading, and help for the consumer side as well. Yeah, any question from Jason as well? Like any question for us? Or
No, I mean, I love to see it, and just how the ecosystem is growing with, just like what you said, like there's so many opportunities to come in the space, and I think this is where it's uniquely different. It's not competition, and people are looking to collaborate. Um, you know, to the extent where like you've got like people like Peter at Board Brewing, he has an energy drink he developed, but he also supporting someone out of, I believe, Africa, Serum energy drink, and producing that and distributing that in Canada, right? So, it definitely, I think to your point, like starting to see this kind of periphery out into like the network of the apes, where you're getting it outside of even like Europe, and now tapping into other MBAs or the network to get it into another region. So that's awesome. And that's the way to do it, right? I mean, I think no, and those were the challenges with Ape Fest and shipping product from other regions. You have to be able to produce within region, especially things, that have some different restrictions around, right? Like, less so with beer and lower alcohol percentages, but liquor and some of these more controlled things look very different by region and country.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
And
Next.
to be honest, yeah, sorry, I was jumping on that, because to be honest, I don't even know about the regulation if I need to sell to US. I think it's 20. Yeah, I know it's 21 years old to be able to buy alcohol in US, and in Belgium, for example, in Europe, it's 18. And I don't know, even that, I don't know how to manage that when we want to export to US, and what we need to comply to, or something like that.
I think that's a very good question. Yeah. So
it's there we will need to collaborate.
exactly. I just don't think anyone should be alone. I think the whole goal about to building BoredIn, it's just giving help each other for the research and also for the tool and for basically for everything, because I feel like as MBA brand, you need to split with the community. It's difficult, like if just by yourself, and no one can do anything. Like you can do a lot of things, but you can't be perfect. And so
Definitely.
there's always have a good time to collaboration with other brand. So yeah, I think that will be the perfect way to bring out the board trading code. I think in last episode we do have introduced a little bit more update about the board trading code, but Jason is really cooking hot in the behind and even have a crazy ideas coming. And I think I will pass the mic to Jason. For someone you don't know, board trading code, they do pass the AIP, and the whole idea. I think Jason can be more share with the committee.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the evolution of the challenges that we see as MBAs and throwing events and how we tap into the network and the connections and how we break through. I think similar to and Hayden, you touched on several points, right? Like how do we break into Web2? How do we expose the IP and the product and capture these different things? And there's a couple different channels, right? We are looking at B2B. We're looking at direct to consumer, and it's a function of meeting the customers and buyers where they are today. Web3 is super supportive, but it is still a very, very small niche customer base. And as we grow the ecosystem of now, I think close to 600 MBAs, it's just not big enough to support real businesses trying to scale and sell products or services. So Board Trading Co is trying to build on that synergy. And I think there's several different kind of use cases. One being trade shows, right? How do we go to the biggest trade shows for certain categories? And we did phase one of 3 phases is people interested in being involved, MBAs interested in being involved, and we saw just distinct penetrations within certain categories like fashion or food and beverage and alcohol, right? Beer and liquor. So how do we then use this to say, hey, soft lines, fashion being one of them, let's go and look at Magic, right? One of the largest trade shows in the world, and show up there. And maybe one brand, one product can't show up because it's actually a lot of money, right? $15,000 to $20,000 on average just to have a booth. And that's not even the logistics and the travel expenses and the things in which you would have your booth with digital displays and something to be impressive to show up with, right? So we were fortunate to get the funding to do this, and we're just really diving in. In Q1 we're targeting these trade shows, Magic being one of them, a food and beverage trade show as well, based on kind of this response we saw. And obviously we're going to look at other ways to include other types of products, other categories, and other trade shows and events to show up with too, right? So they might not be all trade shows. There might be Web3 events, right? We definitely have a vision of having a mix in how this product can get surfaced and introduced and exposure to everyone. And that being said, we're tapping into those purchase orders, those relationships, those conversations on how do we create a wholesaler type relationship from Board Trading Co. to then go and have those conversations for B2B, and how do we get those big purchase orders? And that's the B2B side. Direct to consumer, there's a curated box where we have a website that we're developing, and how do we not act as that brand or product to sell direct to consumer, but act as someone to curate a box and create more value in exposure to a collection of different things. What if it's a fashion box? Do we include, different MBAs like House OG and Clubhouse Archives and create something where maybe it's a winter box and has a sweatshirt, a hat, and gloves or socks, right? Just an example, or a snack box, right? People got a preview of a snack box, but it was packaged in this fanny pack at Ape Fest, right? Um, and that value increases where now it's not the shipping that is maybe the barrier or friction for a consumer to purchase that item because they really want to support and try it. And now they can go and do that, right? Not to mention the value then translates to Web 2, right? If the value is there and competitive in that value, then we can hopefully penetrate it.
Jason, is it you mute your mic?
No, it's Jason. We lost him.
Um,
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I'm on Do Not Disturb, but I still got a phone call. Yeah, I think these are all the things where we're gonna go out to the market and take a big swing, right? Not for just one brand or one MBA, but to start to do that as a collective group, right? Direct to consumer or B2B, removing or helping break through some of the challenges that exists today. That being said, on the other side of it is Board IP with a bunch of subsidiary brands. I have a hospitality group in real life, so happy to say, and that's with a bunch of partners. So happy to kind of share that a couple different things is happening. Is one, we're going to rebrand one of our bagel shops to a board trading cafe and allow that to be a showroom for a lot of MBA products, incorporating it in the menu, incorporating it as product you can buy from shelves and experience and the way I'm thinking about it is like the Apple store as the showroom for the product. This will act as a showroom for some of the different things too. And hence now you have this channel, right? Like Board Trading Co. is the wholesaler layer to then my hospitality group and that being a business and how it can hopefully be a sustainable model that I go and purchase ape water, have it in the store. There's a wholesale revenue model that brings back some money to Board Trading Co. That also goes per the AIP as revenue back to the DAO and the community as rewards. But this can sustain past even the 12 months of the AIP because I can then sell water within these stores that have 1,000 to 2,000 customers a week, right? So two different components, right? But this is a prime example of why you've probably seen some of the announcements come through, focusing more around food and beverage brands, because I'm now able to plug and play, having worked out the deal with my hospitality group and some of my networking connections with other people with restaurants and stores. I'm placing these things into 13 stores in Philadelphia and New Jersey, right? So that's alpha that we'll share kind of after this space. But like now here's the first wholesale deal distribution model that we can hopefully start to make this thing a sustainable, so that money goes back to the MBA products. There's a wholesale layer of Board Trading Co. And then at the same time on the retail side, start to get this out there for customers to be exposed to.
So there's also update about the cooperation between you with A Water and with the Fans Truckly. I think this is the first two brand you target with. Why will you like to share why you choose them as a first cooperation? And if I am also one of the MBA brand and I'm interested to be part with that, and how I can be reaching out and what you should deposit.
Yeah, so phase one just garnered interest from everyone and anyone, right? It was a forum. So I would say like keep apprised of the posts from Board Trading Co, alerts on, or however you want to do it, because there's going to be two more phases. I'm readily available through DMs or on Spaces or however people want to reach out to me as well. But I'm also trying to strategically think through like how do we do this, and it can't be a constant inflow. We've got to phase this thing out to really have these milestones and push the effort in different ways as events and trade shows come forth. But it's going to be a balance between having distribution and creating curated boxes and driving these B2B conversations, right? So, we might buy some stuff up front without having all that solved downstream, but we are also, at least when we start, trying to work with these brands to figure out, hey, how do we curate your product into a direct-to-consumer box? Or what's a trade show you'd like us to go to and support your brand at, or any leads or network that you might have for us to go and try to fulfill a B2B deal with, right? And there already is conversations around six figure wholesale purchase order deals that we're starting to have.
Mm-hmm. And so can you also share about a little bit how you if you I heard about you were going to change your store to one of the cafes, and how's that look like? And more interesting, like what kind of the product you are more looking for to cooperation with?
I mean, it's a cafe, so it serves. We'll have sandwiches, we'll have burgers, we'll have wings, we'll have open faced bagel sandwiches, we'll have cookies, and some other things, right? So the menu creation is already happening. It's a successful Bagels and Co store today. It's profitable. I've convinced my partners to let me take the shot, right, and convert it over. And there's some other kind of cool things we can try to do some pop-ups at my other stores, right? But to garner exposure to existing customers and a clear demand in a successful location that we already have. So very low risk, right? But that's it, right? However we can figure out what makes sense to incorporate products into, we're going to try to do that. It's not to take away, because it is a separate business, right? Like this is an existing business that is profitable and successful. There's some risk that I'm taking outside of this because this is a separate thing that's not, I can't extract money from a successful business and just give it and plug it into all this, right? It makes no sense. But I can take a swing. We're afforded a swing at, hey, how do we create a venue in the tri-state East Coast, outside of Board Cuban has not existed, to share product, to share the IP as a entry point to customers that we know exist here in the existing business, for a first touch point, right? So customers can experience the food and product and try it. Yeah.
That is exciting because I looking forward to having try all at once, and I love all this. I love all this MBA brand. But at the same time, like I'm all of food. You can totally get my money on this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, shipping is a barrier, right? Shipping is absolutely a barrier, and creates this dynamic in a price demand curve that drives friction and less consumption at that price point, right? So this also removes some of that to build a core product offering that's competitive in real life. and to build a base of customers here that could offer brand loyalty and the footprints in social media, right? So as you go to then trade shows and share the products, there's a base of, hey, here are customers and here's existing distribution to allow them confidence in giving your product a try.
Mm. So I am curious too. Like, is any plan, upcoming future plan, you're planning to build something on with the aging as well? Because I think a lot of products and they may have including some of the the MFT project as well, and or maybe some of the tool they really start building on the aging. Is there any future plan you also planning building something up, yeah, part of aging?
Yeah, I think there's lots of opportunities. I'd say like there's some things I can't share right now. Um, but yes, I think we will definitely explore and like that's what I would say for Board Trading Co., right? Like there's three verticals that are very clear in which we want to go out to market with. One is the product, right? But we're more competitive. Web3 native products are more competitive because then there's the IP, the community, and the lore that is something else we can showcase, right? Um, similar to Doodles, and probably one reason why McDonald's also was interested, right? And the third being technology, right? Like how do we showcase the technology that exists here and how people can plug into it, right? Whether that's NFC chips, whether that's AR, whether that's this wrap kind of like, ability to connect and onboard people with a digital experience. I think these three things are things in which we need to focus on, even at the trade shows, right? Like what's the marketing material we can wrap this around to then help secure these B2B deals.
I think that would be great to interesting to see what you want to build in the next part. And today seems that a lot of things you can't tell on the space, and everyone can't tell on the space. But yeah, we're very excited for each of you the launchments. So any final thought for today's space? How about any upcoming, or you can share any upcoming plan on the next step or any final thought?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say we're gonna announce a bunch more partnerships and collabs for Board Trading Co. We just announced Board Trading Cafe in this physical venue that will open in January. And for me, like all these things we're already doing. And we are taking on a select number of investors that want to come on board with Board IP and the hospitality side and consumer brand side for Board IP. So definitely if you're interested or if there's something you guys want to talk about on how Board Trading Co. can help support your brand in MBA, reach out and let's figure it out.
Are you open to alcohol?
So funny enough, I am, right. I can try to help. I can try to help with some distribution, right? But it's not my primary focus, right? I can't solve all those things for your brand and product, right? But I do have restaurants, right? Like I have my hospitality group, we have 14 total venues, right? 9 of them being bagel shops, but then we have restaurants, Italian, Mexican, Japanese. So we serve alcohol, and we also have a license in the Philadelphia area to deliver 6-packs and things of that nature, right? So there is a distribution channel of that, but I think the first challenge is, hey, we need to work with you in figuring out, hey, how do we get your product in country?
So 2025, we'll see how we can manage.
Hey, that's not far away, right? That's right around the corner.
Very far away.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. And and I'm very happy to see how you guys come up together. And also any final stuff for Hayden as well?
It was really interesting, and really thank you for welcoming me here. I'm happy to share and ideas and projects. And Poppy, your cookies, it's you made it?
I think it's Jason the cookie, right? You got it's
No,
Jason.
I don't know. I ate some
Yeah,
cookies.
board
I didn't
snack,
know. It was amazing.
board, board snack cookies is one of them.
But
Sorry?
I do have a cookie the way I don't.
Okay, bring it.
Just
I like it. No, but thank you both of you. It's really interesting. I'm really eager to see how the ape community next year will develop. Really, I don't know if we are in a bull run. Honestly, maybe we already started the bear market. I don't know even, but I hope this community will develop definitely, and I'm really eager to see what we can make at ApeFest. And I will hope that Epic will be bigger next year at ApeFest, and that we can bring a lot of collaboration together. If I had to conclude on that, and thank you again for welcoming me here. Thank you.
Well, you should definitely come back, and I'm looking forward to see what you're doing in the 2025. And I'm hoping like not just you. I think each guest come here, we can all education and learning something together and building something together in the future. And thanks again, both of you, to taking time to share what you saw in this space. Next week we may have things the last space in the 2024, right, because it's the holidays, it's the season is coming, weekend is coming as well. So, but I'm really looking forward to see the next guest, and also welcome you back again as well. So, if anything you want to share, your name or discount with the BoredIn, will be also happy to share as well. And thank you, Jason, and thank you, Hayden, today. And hopefully see you around very soon.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and the voucher Popil 2024 is active on the website.
Yes, and yeah, I'm just want to show how comfy I'm wearing the March, and then
Yeah.
we are looking for the Christmas gift. And don't forget to go to the BAYC merch shop; they're still happening. So just buy it, just buy it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and thank you so much, and
You
see
have
you
no
around.
license.
Thank you, Jason. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.